like before we start the cast for this, and you might want to leave while I'm casting because I got loud. But this is the second game, and the first game they steal Olaf. Second game they just ban Olaf. Like, what's the point that Gary's proving here? Like that he can play at the Diamond 3 level, or he's not the Olaf one trick or something.
I'll give it to this guy who played AFK last game because I pinged him.
Sure, okay, that's fair. But this one's for sure, right?
This one for sure.
Yeah, this one for sure. Now this is a Nocturne, a champion that he's only played. Let me scroll up in Discord. 18 times before this season. So pretty good so far.
Pretty good so far. Gary's gonna prove me at his Nocturne's diamond level this game.
That's good luck to him, I guess, and good
That's
luck
okay.
to you. I mean, you can't keep losing forever, right? Maybe. But
Okay, see ya.
all right, see ya. Good luck. See, but with Olaf banned this game, you're gonna have a hell of a time once again, and it's gonna be a Nocturne. This is the second most played jungler that he has on his op.gg profile. However, it's got like 8% as much played as his first. Alright, so this just in from Discord. Gary said his Nocturne is master level. Based off your comments just now. Okay, so we will be expecting to see a master tier Nocturne performance. Now keep in mind, this is a low diamond game. Diamond 4, Diamond 3 elo. So I have to now mentally prepare myself for a master level Nocturne jungle. I've never casted a master rank game, but I will expect to see pub stomps. Because Diamond is one of those divisions where the higher you go, you have to dramatically improve yourself. It's not like going from like Silver 1 to Gold 4 where you barely feel a difference. It's more so like every division you climb up in Diamond should feel like a massive improvement. Like you are a much better player than you were before. Just looking at the player population for those tiers, it's like weeding out the weak. Every tier you go up, you just see dramatically less players than the previous one. Climbing from Diamond 4 to Diamond 3 is definitely extremely hard. At Diamond 3 to Diamond 2 is also very, very hard. The point is, every time you go up one tier, you should not be equal to the division above you. You should be expected to be quite a bit above your competition if they're still below your division. Which is something like to say Diamond 1 should stomp Diamond 3's 9.5 times out of 10. So if I'm supposed to see a master level Nocturne jungler, this game should be over. Like there should be no competition. The Nocturne player, if he was master level in this low diamond game, should just play literally anything and still win. That is the level of dramatic difference that I'm probably expecting to see here. Now, coincidentally, we do have a Katarina mid, and she's going up against someone with the summoner name Kill Kit Kat. So that is already hard counterpicked. Like, no chance for this Katarina. We are gonna have Darius top against Galio, Nocturne jungling against the Fiddlesticks, Katarina mid against Akali, Aphelios Thresh against Ezreal Bard. Bard with Hail of Blaze doing that Bard build, huh? Now, worth noting, nobody on blue team had teleport. And on red team, it's going to be a double teleport lane. Teleport is no longer the oppressive summoner spell that like everybody used to run. Just because of the nerfs it received, which is in my mind still recent, but in reality like a month ago, where the cooldown scales with your champion level, and the cooldown on level 1 is just obscene. It's 7 minutes. Ever since then, we had a lot less teleport usage and a lot less teleport prevalence, which I think is okay. And I say that begrudgingly, because I was the guy who was like, I want to teleport every chance I get. And seeing that nerf did make me quite sad. But I think it was necessary. As much as I hate to admit it, I don't like that everybody just ran TP and it's like, oh, I have, and top lane just turned into a TP game where like, oh, I have teleport advantage on my team, I guess I win the next skirmish. Now it's a little bit more nuanced than that, although for the most part it kinda still is. It's just people have to be a lot more careful about managing that now. Because taking teleport out for 7 minutes, if you can afford that at all, taking out the teleport for 7 minutes, that's a huge deal. If you teleport at minute 1, you don't get it back until Herald spawns. Which is so bad when you phrase it that way. And if you teleport it, like if you get level 1 cheese, you die and you teleport back to lane, you don't have teleport up until 8 or like until like 9.5 minutes in. And by then, that's just way too late to play with just one summoner spell in lane. It's almost punitive to take teleport now, where if you get punished early in lane, you have so little safety net. And I think that's fine. Like it does discourage more turtley playstyles in that regard. Darius is gonna try to catch out the Akali, going for some cheese. Landing some stack. Oh, he pops his ghost very aggressively forward. He's still going forward. He started W, and he's gonna run into a Fiddlesticks, but the tick is enough. He kills the Akali, and that's gonna give him 5 stacks on the Fiddle. Oh no, he's running Train. The Fiddle flashes. It's not enough. Maybe he snipes. He's trying to Drain. Drain tank is not enough. What is this guy doing? That is such a high value play. That's the master tier player we're looking for. Well, that oh wait, Diana and Galio swap lanes. Makes sense, I guess, but that happened. Okay. And the Nocturne, he might get to triple buff off this, because the Fiddle just got set so far behind. Essentially, like this is like one of those videos. It's like Luigi wins by doing nothing. Nocturne triple buffs by doing absolutely nothing. And the Darius, abusing that early game damage, just gets such a massive lead for his team right off the bat. Ezreal going for aggressive farming, not aggressive trading. The Bard's going for that. Cosmic Binding, gonna latch onto the cannon. The bullet will just whiz past him. Pretty safe lane so far, and suddenly the Darius, he hasn't gone back. He's still holding on to Doran's. He's 2 CS to 7. Galio gets ganked mid. He's gonna flash over. The trail is still being carried. Katarina follows. The ignite does land. One more tick finishes him off. Katarina gets that kill. And the master tier Nocturne player. Oh god. The Diamond 3 Nocturne player who is playing at a master level. It sounds cringe no matter how you put it. Like, I can't say that without laughing. Nephalio's gonna shoot a few bullets over to Ezreal's side. The long range poke a little bit too much for him right now. 3-0. And suddenly 1,000 gold lead. Now in part 1, of this amazing saga, this gold lead was not accrued until like what, 20 minutes in, and then the game just got blown wide open. The binding flies out, it latches onto the Nephalio, stuns him up. But Ezreal, he can't look for aggressive trades right now. He has no items in the hook. He does buffer. The jump isn't enough. The flay doesn't connect. That would have killed the Ezreal if it did. As Thresh takes a little bit too much pain in response, so he has to get out of there. Ezreal would have died for sure if that flay somehow landed. Now the Fiddle, he's not quite going to accept defeat. He's actually taking away Nocturne's Krugs. He's very far deep. And there's a ward in the tri. They will spot this Fiddlesticks on his way out. But is this gonna be a dive? This could be a slow push into a dive. It's gonna be a very risky dive, and it's definitely not gonna work. Not against Ezreal Bard. But Fiddlesticks trying it? Oh my god, he's camping in the brush. He wants to make this happen. The minion wave is here. Here he comes. The dive is starting. I don't think he can kill this, right? The Fear does go on the Ezreal. He's taking a lot of damage. Drain Tank gonna keep him alive. Ezreal gets killed off, and the Lantern brings him out. Not enough. The burn finishes him off. The Bard will live, but the Ezreal will die. They do get the CC onto the Ezreal in time. Katarina with the Nocturne gonna come top to gank the Akali. The Duskbringer connects onto the Akali in the shroud. She's gonna drag the Trail of Shadows away, but the gank gets called off. Teleport coming off from the Galio. That's gonna be teleport force, and that's gonna be a 6.5 minute cooldown. Wonderful. He won't have a backup until 12 minutes. People will be getting free boosts by then. Even AFK players would have gotten free boosts by then. The taunt goes out onto 2. The punch onto the Nocturne, finishing him off. The Master Tier player has died. Blast Cone gets the Katarina out safe and sound. And the Akali in hot pursuit for just a brief second. Darius is going to go back. He picks up the Phage for himself and the cloak. The Mantle Rider. He fell a little bit behind the CS. Katarina's going to try to keep the Akali from recalling. The dagger will do it. No, she took too long. Oh, she took way too long. If she just went in like a second earlier, you don't get the full cancel. But like, that was such greedy plays, waiting out that recall timer for that long. Now your recall cannot be interrupted in the last 0.1 seconds, no matter how much damage you take. As long as you don't outright die, you will go home. You cannot be cancelled. And Katarina waited, I think, just like 1 millisecond too long. She landed the damage, but she couldn't finish. She couldn't finish it. What can I say? Darius is up top. Akali has Seeker's Armguard, but Darius has the Phage. Phage does beat out Armguard in this situation. Cosmic Binding gonna come in. Not gonna find the stun. Aphelios is actually pretty healthy, holding a pretty healthy CS lead. The hook can be dodged out here. Ezreal has the first item tier. This is not a lane that he can first item Sheen in, because he can't go that aggressive right now. So he does go for the first item tier. Try to passively stack it up, farm up, be safe. Katarina gets 2 daggers onto the Galio. That's going to take him to about half. Shampooing in. She wants more trading. Justice Punch gonna try to even it out, and the Nocturne going for such an aggressive invade, but bot lane right now might not have priority to back him up, so the Nocturne goes on retreat and hands the blue buff over to the Fiddlesticks. The Kali going for a trade against the Darius. Can the Darius repeat history? Can he pop off like he did level 1? Probably not. He did catch up a little bit in the CS. He tanked quite a bit of pain to make that happen. It's half health against full health. The Kali can probably go for a kill here. Darius might be in kill range. Ezreal going for an aggressive trade. The hook will not land. Cosmic Binding does come in. Hits the Aphelios in the face. Nocturne Paranoia does set in. Akali is in a lot of trouble. She drops the smoke cloud, but she gets swept out. They know her position. She's going for the kill on the Darius. The Darius goes for the donkey. He gets her. Killing spree for the Darius. But that was a difference by a hair. Not either player could have killed each other, but Darius gets a dunk in first. Perfect execution. Does have a slight delay before he can use it again. Cosmic Binding does hit on the Aphelios, and the True Shot comes in for an aggressive trade. Aphelios taking it down to a scrap of life. He's gonna have to heal and flash to get out. Ezreal flashes in to follow suit, but cannot connect the Mystic Shot. And that's going to get the Aphelios out safe and sound. Ezreal's gonna go back to farming, and this is really good for him, because forcing out all of Aphelios' summoners and forcing him back means Ezreal can get a lot of money for himself. Try gets worded. Bard is positioning aggressively. Aphelios cannot come back yet. He's 30 seconds away still. The Temper Fate disables the turret. The Thresh is going to be killed off behind it. Flawless dive from the blue team. And they're going to take the portal to get out. And suddenly, all of the minions crowded up to the invisible turret. And now they're all under it. They're going to take away a plate, but Aphelios has returned to the scene. Crowstorm at mid. Katarina going to get locked up. Hero's entrance comes down. The hit from the auto and the red burn is enough, and suddenly the Bard disconnects. Oh no, not again! And the cannon is gonna kill him off as the Bard casually strolls back to the base. Oh no, not again! Oh, this is a curse. The Ezreal is just cursed to not have a support that stays in the game. Well, hope this one comes back. Red team is gonna take the Drake here. They do get the Inferno. Darius is still farming up top. Paranoia gonna come down. Nocturne forcing this fight, but that might be a little ambitious. No, it's not. They get the kill. True Shot Barrage onto the Thresh. They forced that fight and somehow got it. 2 ultimates burned here, but they do get everybody in bot lane killed off here for red team. Very ahead still for blue team. Perfect execution, gonna save the Akali's life. Darius ghosted in for that kill, but he gets denied by the invisibility. I guess the insult to injury of all that is while Aspar DC'd and he was slowly walking back, Aphelios killed him. So he just got money off that. That's really unfortunate. Now we're back to this game. Back to the mid lane. Blue team is ahead in gold. For now. That might change very soon, considering Bard is no longer in the game. You know, maybe his dog chewed his Ethernet or something. I don't know. Ah, there it is. We fixed it. Everything's saved. 12 minutes in, Bard has returned to the game. And 12 minutes in, Galio's teleport is finally back up after what it seems to be an eternity. Ezra gonna take away a few farm. He's being pressured a lot under his turret, and the Aphelios not letting up, doing a number on him. Katarina gonna double dagger to clear the back line. Nocturne Paranoia. Oh no, the Bard, not like this. He's gone again. And suddenly this gank might not have turned out in the way they wanted. The Paranoia is not gonna fit this time. That might be a little bit of an overextension. It would have been hard to follow up in that position. At least it didn't seem like it was communicated well. If you're gonna go for a Paranoia that deep, you need full consent from your laner to go that deep with you. And if your laner has a shred of doubt about it happening and just not willing to fully commit as much as you are, that play will not work out. Being correct or not in that play doesn't matter. It's how willing both sides are to commit for it. Even if it's the right call and your laner doesn't commit, you shouldn't go for that play. And if it's the wrong call, they absolutely shouldn't go for that play. That's just like the general case of how you should treat these situations. And here comes a Crow Storm. Oh my god, this man is an orphan. He has no family. And they're just slaughtering him alive. The Bard is still not home yet. He went to get cigarettes and never came back. Blue team is going to get the Herald for themselves. But they might just straight up lose this turret. Yep, it's gone. Turret plate fell at the worst timing possible. Katarina's gonna come in. She wants to make some aggressive plays happen, but the control, the flame is there. She's trying to pick up the dagger, but she can't get it. The flamethrower gonna finish her off. Blue team gets the Herald. They do drop it top immediately. This is not first turret, but they are gonna get it one way or another. And the Kali might have nowhere to run. Here comes the hero's entrance to help out. This is gonna be a 2v2. Can the Nocturne guess it? No, he just dips. He's gonna leave the Darius in the 1v2. Perfect execution. Not gonna finish it off with the Darius. He might have the damage. He doesn't have the mana. He gets the kill. Gets some healing. 5 stacks of bleed on the Galio. He's taking a little bit too much. He can't survive and he's just gonna die. 4-0 and 1. Red team lose the fight bot and they win one top. No, blue team lose the one bot and they win one top. And now this game. Cloud Drake's up in 15 seconds, but I don't think blue team can contest this. Their bot priority is non-existent, even if Bard comes back. Is he actually back though, or is he just gonna DC again? Nocturne seems to have no intentions of going for this. He's clearing his topside jungle. Come on, Bard, buy an item. Prove to me that you're here. Prove it to me. The jungle is here. They're going for the Drake. It's uncontested. Red team picks it up. And that's gonna send the game into a rift. Bard is officially back. He bought items. But he's level 6. What can he do here? He has a Tempered Fate. But can they make a play happen here? They're gonna send a few people top, red team. And blue team is gonna look to clear a few wards here. The farming does continue, but Ezreal is quite a far ways behind the Aphelios. This is not the same Aphelios as part 1 of the saga. The Diamond Saga, we'll call it. Paranoia is gonna come in. Nocturne trying for this gank. But it's the follow-up there. Stopwatch gonna come in, and the Aphelios does a little bit too much. Hero's Entrance gonna come in, along with the teleport. Ezreal flashes and faceplants into a wall, and suddenly that pick gets turned on his head. 2 people dead, but the Hail of Blade Bard, he comes back and kills a guy instantly. The Katarina needs to grab the dagger. She does go for it. She does get it, and that's gonna be 3 people dead here. Temper Fate, it locks down the Fiddlesticks. He can't come in, and the Katarina gonna come in and spin, but she gets feared out of it immediately. Channeling the drain, but the Fiddle cannot drain tank. And now the Galio, the chip damage is coming down. Katarina can't grab the dagger, and now the Bard, he's coming. He needs to finish it. He does get it, and Ace goes out. Somebody died top lane as well. Red team lost everybody, and blue team fought that undermanned and underleveled, and somehow came out on top. MVP honestly to Katarina and Bard, who came back and actually made a pretty good play. That Temper Fate onto the Fiddlesticks definitely secured the tail end of that fight. It allowed Kat to do just a little bit more damage before she died. And that's going to secure blue team with an ace, just out of the blue. 17.5 minutes in, they get that team fight that they wanted, even though it started out from, let's be honest, a botch engage. Oh my, what is Bard doing all the way there? He's gonna get hooked out of the portal. The Thresh is gonna follow through, but that's actually gonna be his own death. He finds a Darius angry, ready to chop, and the exhaust is not gonna do a thing to hinder him. The dunk, it might come in. No, it doesn't. He has no mana, but the tick is still gonna finish him off regardless. The Akali gonna go for the chase. Katarina is here to play escort. They do get him safe and sound out of there. And here comes a Paranoia. What? Why? What? Why? Your team was disengaging. I mean, if you want to feed that badly, there are more blatant ways to do it. The drain tank is gonna go do numbers on the Ezreal. He's actually quite healthy, but not healthy enough. Ezreal finishes him off. More mana is complete. He does a ton of damage, but blue team do lose their mid turret. I mean, Bard came back and kind of proved that he's not a problem, but I think him being gone was pretty detrimental to the Ezreal. I don't think it has long-lasting consequences for this game, just because the Ezreal is slowly but surely catching up to the Aphelios. With and without the Bard, really. He was totally fine in that 1v2 situation. He fell a little bit behind as you would expect, but he's catching up. I think he's walked away from that incident mostly unscathed. The problem is some of these engages that the Nocturne has been calling is a little bit awkward. It's mistimed with the rest of his team. Like I said, and I said this before just a few minutes ago, but like I said, even if it's like the perfect engage possible, but your team is not there, don't go for it. If you're on different pages, no matter what play you do, it will not work, whether or not it is objectively correct or not. And I think that's something that the Nocturne doesn't quite understand, because they see these pickup situations and just assumes that the team that is either busy disengaging, has poor wave management, really far off screen, should just blow everything to follow up, which isn't a realistic expectation. Especially for a Nocturne that's definitely not made the best plays so far, and as a result is not fed enough to win these, even if the picks are incorrect. And here comes another Paranoia, but he's gonna walk face first into 3, and the Crowstorm in the back doing a lot of chip damage, but the Zhonya's is not there, so that's actually a pretty good fight. The Nocturne does die to the Aphelios, and the Aphelios will live. It's gonna be a 2-for-1 so far. Both Stranglers are dead, including the red team support. Temper Fate, that does come down, it locks up the Akali. The Cosmic Binding, it is there. The stun, it lands. Everything is perfectly timed, and that's gonna be a 3-for-1. A really good team fight here, and that will secure blue team their first dragon. Really good so far, I say. Blue team is pretty far ahead now, despite the Aphelios, who might eventually become a threat. The Akali is mostly neutralized. The Darius is running train on her. Not a Triforce Darius, just a standard Darius build, I guess. But is Triforce Darius considered standard now? I don't know. Just a decent off-tank Bruiser Darius, doing Juggernaut items. I mean, he didn't go for it, but I think he's more than fed enough to justify the Triforce here. He's gonna pick up Executioners. Very interesting to cut the Fiddlesticks healing. And the Aphelios pistol as well. So the Aphelios is kind of the next point of contention. You have a Fiddlesticks who always can explode in the team fight and CC everybody. Oh my god! Why? 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 He has way too much faith in how much burst he has. And he's just kind of ignores the fact that the Aphelios has heal and is under a turret and can lock him down. And he didn't even check the Aphelios' weapons before going in. Why? And the Bard's gonna get picked off mid lane as well. Moonlight Vigil's gonna come down, and the cannon gonna root up the Ezreal, but he's just fine. He gets out, but red team, they just suddenly picked off 2 members of blue team. One of them kinda asked for it. The other one just kinda got caught. Blue team is gonna lose their turret, and red team is gonna push in full force. Nocturne has respawned. He has no paranoia because he insisted on using it like a dummy. Darius is still split pushing bot. They have to send Galio to address that threat. And the Nocturne, his paranoia is up. Is he gonna do something stupid? Or is he gonna just press the button again? Crowstorm is gonna come in and locks up the Ezreal and kills him off. Why is the director camera showing me this? That's not interesting. Nocturne spell shields away the hook, but the Ezreal gets picked off. Galio has the teleport. Red team is gonna continue the pressure, and suddenly they don't have an AD carry, and their most fed member is not with them. They just have a Bard that came back with DC, and here's the Nocturne! He jumps into a 1v4! That's a 1v4. I don't care if he has 2 people behind him. That's a 1v4. There's no way you follow up off that. You don't have the CC. You don't have Temper Fate. You don't have any resources to go in, and Katarina gonna go in for a Hail Mary as well. Almost as heinous as the Paranoia. But that is at least a last-ditch effort to save your inhibitor or something like that. True Shot Barrage is going to come in, killing off the Aphelios. That's actually going to be enough to save the inhibitor. Darius finally makes it back home. Can he make a pick happen? No, he cannot. The Cosmic Binding not going to find it. Temper Fate gets flashed away by the Fiddlesticks. No lockdowns. Akali going to make it home. Safe and sound? No, she's not. She's on a ward. Darius is going to try to run her down. Akali's running through wards the entire way. She's going gonna pop a blast cone to go over. She's not worth a flash, Darius. Don't do it. Ezreal gonna try to chase her down. It's worth his flash, apparently. He's gonna go in for the kill. So now is the normal order return to the world. What will this what will their next play be? Who will the Nocturne randomly paranoia next? Blue team cannot do this Baron. They have to back off. Aphelios' death stance complete. That's going to massively increase his survivability in these team fights. So if assassinating him didn't work before, you definitely don't go for it again. And I hope they hear me. 40 seconds out from the next Drake. It is in blue team's best interest to actually secure this Drake. Putting red team at soul point is pretty nuts right now. Galio misclicked his Zhonya's. Uh-oh. Blue team doesn't know, so it's not as bad. But he did misclick his Zhonya's. But you know, most times even when you flub something, if you just play and pretend you still have it, you probably still achieve the full effect. As long as it doesn't come back to bite you. And Katarina, that's her ultimate. She can spin around in the pit. Seems like blue team is interested in fighting this. They don't have a down inhib. They don't have pressured lanes. This seems like a pretty safe fight to go for. Aphelios is going to be bound up. Blue team, they're not in position yet. They are swinging around the pit, pincering from all sides. Fiddlesticks has no element of surprise. He can't go for this jump. Temper Fake gonna come in and locks up everybody. Here comes the true shot. Here comes the ultimate, the paranoia. Where's the Nocturne flying to? Somewhere in the back, I'm sure. He's diving on the Aphelios. The stopwatch in place, and the Darius running train in the back, and suddenly everybody on red team is melting. Katarina gets a triple. She's going for the quadra. No, she's not. She has to leave the Aphelios alive. That stance is a little bit too much right now. She's gonna go back in now. That's Lotus applying the healing reduction, but the pistol damage is so much. It locks her up. Bard is gonna come in to finish the job, but the dash dance is hard to kill through. Then now the Katarina, the flamethrower, is sprays down too. They get the ace, but at what cost? They lose 2 members. Aphelios cleaning up the tail in that fight, salvaging it from being a total wash. And the person who carried that fight was Darius. That was a massive decimate on the backline, killing 3 people essentially outright. And blue team not only secure Drake, they now secure Baron. So suddenly they're in such a good position, and here comes 2 teleports back to back. The taunt goes onto the Ezreal. The assassins are pouncing on him. He tries. No, he doesn't even have QSS. He can't make it out. He's just gonna die. Double TP secures himself an ADC kill, and now there's only 2 Baron buffs left. Can they secure one more? No, they can't. They're just gonna cut the wave. But 2 members of blue team make it home safe and sound with Baron buff. Importantly, one of them is the Darius. Not importantly, one of them is the Nocturne. And now, what is blue team's call? They do have Baron, so now they can push. So they're gonna send Darius bot. That's a split push threat they're looking for. He doesn't have Death Dance complete yet, but he's working on it. And blue team, they have 1 Baron buff left in their main core, and their 1 remaining Baron buff is doing wolves. And now Grom, with no intentions of helping out with the siege. So, you know, might as well just collapse bot, because this mid push is never gonna work out with the Nocturne now going to the river to watch a dead Scuttle. Crowstorm's gonna come in. Blue team extended so far without their Baron. And that might be 2 pickups here. Akali going in. The Shroud is up. The damage is there. 5-point strike takes it down. 2 kills down for nothing. Darius has to recall. Now, I don't blame the Nocturne for that play because it was overextension. I can blame him, however, for being the only person that was Baron and not joining a push. And he's gonna be killed off here by the Akali, the Shuriken in the back. And suddenly, blue team, they only have 2 people left. And they're defending their own base. Aphelios is not here. They don't have damage quite yet. Can the Darius hold him up? He needs to go for kills. He does get 1. He's gonna get 2 maybe. The Dunk is there. Double kill. He needs a third on the Akali. But here comes the Aphelios to join the fight. Ezreal gets locked up. He needs to try to run away. Apprehend onto 2. Darius, he needs to try to make this happen. Can he make it happen? No, he cannot! The Ezreal dies along with the Darius. The Akali and the Aphelios. They're coming for the push. They're going for the jugular. They can't end off this, can they? Temper Fate locks onto 2. And the Katarina is here. This Aphelios is dead to rights. The Flea goes onto her, but the Katarina recovers. And she returns with such a brutal hit. Shut down onto the Akali to get that triple. Counter ace. But what an expensive defense that was. They just lost so much. They lost their inhib. They lost all of their Baron buffs. They got aced. They dropped a few shutdown gold. Back to red team. I think Akali's back in the game as a result of that. And now she's a potent assassin threat. Now they begin to push onto mid lane with nobody having Baron. Sometimes this game's frustrating, you know? Bard going for the shortest 1-inch portal of all time. And the Katarina, the dagger damage is enough. It's there. It's gonna be 2 kills. The Paranoia gonna lock up the Thresh. But that's Nocturne all down. Ocean Drake is up. This is the 5th one, man. This is the 5th one. So many pings going on it. But despite how many pings there are, nobody's going near it right now. They're still just accruing some last minute income and EXP. Ezreal's level 16. Fiddle wants that 16. He needs that Crow Storm. How close is he? Not even half. Ugh. Swipe onto the Grump. He's so far from 16, he's not going to hit it. In fact, the Bard, who actually spent like 8 minutes not being in the game, is the same level as the Fiddle. And 1 ahead of the Akali. Oh my god, okay, maybe forget what I said about her coming back into the game. She's level 14, I didn't even know this. The Drake is going to give away somebody in the back of the brush. Darius kills off that brush. True Shot is going to try to do some damage. Temper Fate locks up, and the blue team to get the steal! Oh boy. TY for a leash. 6k ahead now. Red team threw their forces to make that Drake happen, but they can't get it. So you can't smite if you're Zhonya's, and Temper Fate is a Zhonya. So there was no way Fiddlesticks could have secured that. Maybe he smited early and burst it faster? I don't know, but that's hard to say. Wait, can you smite if you're Zhonya's? I need to try that out. I was under the impression that everything would be disabled in stasis. Like, you don't exist in the game while you're in stasis. So you can't interact with anything. Because I know you can smite while normally crowd controlled. You can smite while stunned. You can smite while suppressed. Like, it's some of the hardest CCs in the game doesn't disable smite. But maybe stasis disables it. I'll have to test that out. Now we do have a 7,000 gold lead. Red team do have teleport. Nocturne. Oh no, he's doing this again. How many times will we teach you this lesson? A melee jungler going for a word kill in the back of the pit. It never works out, my man. And now the jungler is dead in Baron pit. Oh, the Darius is split pushing bot. Katarina is split pushing mid. This is a very difficult commit onto the Baron for red team. Even if there's no jungler, they're gonna go for it, but they might lose a significant amount of their base. They're gonna send the Akali back to deal with the Darius, but she's no match for him. Now without the tower cowering, and the Cosmic Binding gonna lock up the Aphelios, but the Bard gets CC, he can't make it home. Katarina's in the pit, but it's just 2 members, and they're both squishy as all hell. Darius is hard committing for this kill. He's taking tower shots the whole way. Red team secures the Baron Nashor. They need to try to make it out. Katarina's gonna delay. And seems like the most red team will recall. Oh my god. You think he learned his lesson from last game. Don't kill a pink ward at the back of a pit if you're the melee jungler, because something bad will happen to you from the other side. You think he learned that lesson? You think that's how they lost game 1? But no, they had to do this again. Ugh. I don't think it's backbreaking. I think blue team is still really winnable. They're still very much ahead. But they just handed 5 Baron buffs over. Every member on red team wears pink or purple. Pink, purple, magenta, whatever color that is. At this point in the game, kills no longer matter. Score, gold, whatever, doesn't matter. Both teams' bases are pretty much in shambles. So really, whoever wins this next fight just wins the game. And this fight might very easily break out over Drake Pit. Oh no, not the Aphelios, but the Akali. She's gonna be tangled up. The fear went down to a minion. Oh no, Nocturne clicked the minion for his E. Oh god, that's awful. And suddenly, blue team comes to the realization they're pushing against Baron. So, you know, that's not gonna work for them. So they hurriedly call everybody back. Red team has set up that push for a while now. Akali's gonna stop the Katarina. And now they're undermanned. They have no paranoia. There's a split push top. Darius is going hard for the Galio. He's not gonna get it though. Temper Fate, not gonna find the pick. That's very unfortunate. And here comes the Crowstorm for the lockup. And suddenly, all the carries, they're in there. They're being burned down. The Ezreal is taking so much damage. He's in dot health. The Darius is still fighting up top. He needs to come home. They're gonna lose the game. Uh-oh. The Aphelios is still in the back, hitting hard. The Nocturne is putting the Guardian Angels, but there's so much spread damage from the Flamethrower. Katarina jumps in for a Hail Mary. She's just gonna force the Aphelios back. The Donkus spell shield. No, that gets Zhonya's. And she pops her stopwatch immediately after. That's 5 seconds of stasis. That's gonna get the Akali out with her flash. But red team, they won the team fight. They have Baron. And now they're gonna go for the Drake. Nocturne, he's not there. He's gonna get caught out. Edge of Night spell shield gets popped, and his own spell shield stays intact for now. He's fine. He makes it out. Ocean Drake is up. Jesus Christ, what is this game? Red team is slowly crawling their way back in. And I can't believe it. They're actually making it happen. Nocturne flashes over, but he can't get the smite down, and the Aphelios just melts him like butter. Katarina going for a back kill, but she only gets a Guardian Angel down, so suddenly that's 2 cores no longer existent. Ezreal, he needs to be a hero. He needs to make the play. Can he make it happen? They kill off the Akali, but the Aphelios is shooting the back. The Darius is fed. He dunks one. He's gonna go for a second dunk, unless he can't get it. The taunt is onto the Ezreal, but he buffers the shift. He's out of there, safe and sound, and now the Aphelios, he has no GA. 2 people on blue teams threw their lives away to make that happen. And the Fiddlesticks, last member alive. Did he Crowstorm out? Oh, he may have Crowstorm out. Hold on. What happened to his Crowstorm? Wait. Where did he... Okay, he's not in the fight, right? The fight's going to hell. Channeling. And he's in here. He's like, wow, kill minions. Okay, got it. That's what happened to it. Alright, cool. It's gonna be chased out here. He ults the minion wave to clear it, so that's going to actually deny blue team a push. They don't have a minion wave. That actually buys them like 15 seconds, give or take. And now blue team, they don't have a minion wave, so they're gonna spend 2 members to chase down the Scarecrow. Can he get it? The Reap is gonna not get the silence down. The Apprehend does land. The chip damage, the bleed, everything's there, and now Fiddle. Ah, he's dead. The Thresh is gonna respawn, allows the Akali, but they're losing their base. It's just a Thresh, it's just an Akali. Akali is really underfed. And they're rapidly losing inhibs one after another. This is triple inhib. They're not going for the end, they're going for a triple inhib. And despite Nocturne's best efforts, blue team looks like they will not lose this game. Every other member on blue team is actually doing really well for themselves, given the circumstances. Really clutch plays, very clutch fights. Bard in particular, I'm actually really impressed by the Bard's play so far. Despite, unfortunately disconnecting for several minutes. He came back just immediately, play after play after play. So many good lockdowns, so many critical picks. In some cases, outright preventing the team from losing. So, props to the Bard. I think he did well. Darius obviously still running train. He's only got 2 deaths. I believe his Guardian Angel is still intact. Probably. Maybe. I think. I don't know. Aphelios is gonna clear away the back. And Darius is here. Baron is up. But it seems like red team is not in a position to contest this. Not with so many supers coming down. There's not a triple inhib. Bot lane did respawn. But still, their base is Baron. They have every turret dead. If this team fight goes south, you can just end the game. Because nothing's defending the Nexus. Darius can just literally run in there and end the game. And in fact, they're just gonna bank on that. And they're gonna try to force a Baron. If red team commits everybody to fight this, they lose the game because there's a Darius. They're gonna send 2 recalls immediately. But blue team peels off for a while. Nocturne still wants it. He's going back. He's forcing it. He wants attention. He wants people to come. 2 members have been sent back to contest the Darius. So now it's a 3v4 in the pit. If they go for it. Fiddle's Crowstorm. It got cancelled by Temper Fate. They secure the Baron. Darius loses GA. Paranoia goes down. Fiddle has to go on the run. Darius is not going to live for much longer. But here, the True Shot Barrage. It doesn't kill anybody, but it leaves everybody so low. They secure the Baron by drawing a lot of attention with the Darius. They threw the Darius' body at them, and that's going to win them a Drake. Well, win them a Baron, but can it win them the game? I don't think they can make this push work without Darius. Especially without Paranoia, because you need that too to win the fight. 1 minute out from now, that's gonna be soul for blue team. Unless red team does something to stop it. That could have been a soul if Nocturne didn't fail the flash smite steal. But now they might actually get it straight up. Darius will respawn. But without teleport, I don't think he makes it to the pit in time. However, red team can't get there in time either. I think they just give up contesting this. Essentially, everybody's full build except like Akali and the supports. Well, yeah, the supports. Actually, the supports are full build. You save that last thought for words. Nocturne's not full build either, but they're getting pretty damn close to. This is one of those ultra late game scenarios. Ocean Drake is gonna spot, and red team, they do beat them to the punch. Darius is topside. He's not here for this Drake. This is the soul. Ezreal's gonna have to cleanse and shift out. Paranoia is gonna come down. Temper Fate locks down everybody. They need Vigilant to come in. Red team, they secure the soul! And now the fight breaks out. The Crowstorm is in the back. The Bard is gonna get locked down by the Aphelios. And the Darius is spinning in the back, but the Nocturne, there's a rat in the base. They need to make it back. Can they make it back? No, no one's going back. The Akali does. It's too low. They got it. Nocturne wins the game by backdooring. They secure the soul but lose the game. Not the most honorable way to end, but I think at this point it was clear that the team fights were going sour. But, a win's a win.
Why is Aphelios so OP?
I don't know, man. You tell me. You tell me.
He took no damage, but did he have Death Dance? Of course he had Death Dance.
Yeah, he third item Death Dance.
Motherfucker.
Hey, don't say that. I'm gonna get demonetized. Just kidding.
You're monetizing,
No, I'm not monetized. I can't.
but you're demonetized.
I can't monetize even if I wanted to.
But you're gonna get demonetized.
Oh, no.
Even though you're not demonetized. Even though you're not monetized.
Oh no, not my no monetization. I guess I have to do this for fun now. Oh no.